You have the little frogs here. Barack Obama has galvanized the country. When you throw them in, frogs into boiling water, okay, forget the frog. We must reconnect with the things that are real, the things that you grew up knowing were true. They are true. And forget about the frog, because it was fake.
Goldfinger Gate. Lonesome Road's Beck says it's just a coincidence. He warns his audience every day the economy will collapse, so they should buy gold. And so many of his advertisers just happen to sell gold. One of his own advertisers now says Beck's not telling the truth. You pay anybody on any network and they say what you pay them to say, they're bought and sold.
Wife was separate. So, you are an investigative reporter.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're a reporter.
No, I am not.
So you check no facts at all, right?
No, ma'am.
I am a commentator. Personal responsibility is dead in this country. It is time that we get the little paddles and bring the body back. Only the people with money can make deals. Got it? Our system, I think, is kind of like a traffic light. There is green, yellow, red. The green would be stocks and corporate bonds, all right? They would be people, when there's money around, this is the saying, you know, let me invest in business. The yellow is treasuries, T-bills. The red would be for gold and land and God knows what. We don't ever go to red. We've always been a country in the green. When people have billions of dollars to invest, they feel comfortable and they invest them in, that guy's got a good idea, I'm going to help him start a business. That guy, that's a good car over there, I'm going to invest in that. When they don't know what will happen, when they think, uh-oh, something's going to go bad, what do? They put their money into treasuries, T-bills, because those things never have ever gone bad. But when there's a flood, we've never gotten this far into gold and guns and everything else. We've been a country on the green level, but 4 times in this country's history, we've gone into the yellow level in a serious way. When there is so much money being poured into these treasuries, short-term treasuries, that the yield or the money that these people would make on that investment, it goes down to 0. 4 times in history, it has gone down to 0. That means that's people who are very rich saying, look, I don't care. I don't care if I make a dime with this money. I just want it back. Can you just hold it for me? And I want it back. I'll give you $1 in 6 months or 2 years. You just give me the $1 back. I just don't want to lose it. 4 times in our country's history this has happened. The last 3 times that it happened were all one event. It was last December, 2008. Okay? That's when we had to abandon the free market system. That's when everybody thought the world was coming to an end. It went to 0. Now, remember, the president says this.
We can see clearly now that the steps my administration is taking are making a difference, blunting the worst of this recession and helping to bring about its conclusion.
So let me ask you, Mr. President, why have the people with real money made a historic move? Because for the 4th time in our history, our short-term treasuries are at 0. Just keep this money for me. I don't think this is going to work. Anybody who has a ton of money and they've put their money where their mouth is, they don't feel comfortable where we're going. It is yellow. And by the way, you're seeing flashes of red. Gold is massively down in the last week, but it may zoom up again, it may not. But it's a warning sign, a flashing red light, which we also rarely, if ever, see. So what does this all mean to you? 2 options. You either believe the people, because they may be right, the hope for change people, which includes all of this spending, which to me makes no common sense. They may be right. You choose that. Or you follow where the money is going. Put your money where your mouth is. The big smart money knows the old complaint, yeah, the rich keep getting richer because they knew. Well, now you know. The smart money is saying hunker down, things could get much worse. I hope they don't. I'm not trying to sell you treasury bills or anything else. What I'm trying to say to you is, here's information. Do not spend like Congress does. Cut your credit cards up. Get out of debt. Don't be beholden to anyone. When you're in the grocery store and you buy macaroni and cheese and you see 2 boxes for the price of 1, get the extra box. Do you remember our grandparents? They used to have fruit sellers. My grandmother used to save every scrap. We had a big fruit cellar. They grew their own food in their backyard. Well, I can't do that. I don't even have a fruit cellar. How do we survive? I know how our grandparents did it. We're going to survive the same way. We're going to band together, and if we'll all just remember the words of our grandparents and the things they did, if we all just create our own little fruit cellar, we'll be fine. Next week, I'm going to show you, this is short term, I'm going to show you how that spending that I showed you earlier, that's a next level. How we're creating a mortgage crisis, a mortgage meltdown, but this time the house is not your neighbor. This time it's the entire country, because the interest rate on our mortgage is about to reset. Personal responsibility is dead in this country. It is time that we get the little paddles and bring the body back. More on this, and also the crazy things that are happening in Washington with the EPA. Next.
Glenn Beck is brought to you by Goldline International. Call 1-866-GOLDLINE.